Hello everybody, Calamity here, and today we're going to take a look at another one of my own replays. This is because I haven't been getting any. So we're going to take a look at Eichenwald, and as you can see, this is a game we lost. Sorry to spoil it for you, but I do have a question for the fellow support mains that happen to stumble upon this video. Let me skip a little bit here. We are gonna watch it from my perspective this time. Usually I've been going to like my tank or my DPS or my other support or something like that, but we will be watching just me, and I will be critiquing myself just like I would anyone else. Maybe not as harsh though, but we'll see. But I do want to ask something before we start the analysis. Why do you guys think is the reason I lose this game? Before you see anything, before you see any stats, and as you watch the replay, kind of think, why does this game go wrong? Now, obviously, if you're a more experienced player and you're watching this video, you're gonna know exactly why it goes wrong. But if you're like in the metal ranks along with me, this is a diamond game, by the way, then you should ask yourself why this game doesn't go as well as it should. But with that being said, let's go ahead and skip to the first fight. It is Eichenwald. I hate this map, as I've said before. Little bit of a rough start. They did that whole, like, they're peeking around the corner, so my team got a little chip damage here. What's the problem here? I'm gonna let you, if you need to pause the video so you can look at the situation. Here, I'll even do this so you can look. If you need to look more at the battlefield, ask yourself, what is the problem here? What's wrong? I'm still giving you time to think about it. Again, pause the video if you need to, but hopefully you paused it and you gave it some thought. The problem is we're clumped up. We need to split pressure. Now, this is Eichenwald choke point, which is annoying to do, but still, I would say this to any other player. There's no excuse. It doesn't have to necessarily be me, but it needs to be somebody. And if you're the support in this case, then you got to do it if no one else is, right? So even if you were like, if I was the Zen, for example, this would apply to the Zen as well. Someone needs to go here, or in here, and poke, be annoying. Someone, anybody. It doesn't matter who, somebody. This is already not looking good. And yeah, so I did try to boost on over to the other side, but there was a Junkrat spamming on high ground. And that is that for me on that fight. So here, at least I do get the better idea of going, a different angle, a different approach. Use the map. This is good. That was an insane mine from the Junkrat. He's still on the high ground bridge, by the way. Thankfully, someone gets the Junkrat. I don't know what I was shooting at there. Alright, we get the point. Now, like I said, I hate Eichenwald, and everyone knows. Well, everyone should know why. It's this part right here. This part, one of the most annoying parts to push through, no matter the rank. In fact, I think it gets worse as you go up, since more people will actually know how to position and spread out, and makes it obnoxious. Okay. Now, if I were critiquing this tank, they are just standing in mid too much as D.Va. This is not okay, and this is not gonna work. D.Va's leg is moving while we're paused. That's freaking me out. But yeah, this is not good positioning for my tank, but it is what it is. What can you do? It is hard. I will admit, it is hard to take space, to take off angles when your tank isn't pushing or creating said space as much as they can, and you feel so like compressed. And this is, again, I need, if I, you know, hindsight being 2020, if I could, I would probably try to either, you know, poke more on this Junkrat because he's being obnoxious, and then if I can maybe squeeze in, get in here and fight this Echo. I don't have to like necessarily win, or even the Zen, by the way, but just make it annoying for them because they're all looking at the same direction, and we need to split the pressure. If I had my triple jump perk, I could be a little bit more cheeky and then triple jump up here, triple jump over, torpedo on them on here, and just again, or just shoot, be annoying, make them look somewhere that isn't the main point. But obviously that's hindsight, and I don't have the perks. See, like, this tank is just standing in mid too much. They should at least try to go in the room right in front of them. There's a med kit in there. Then this little high ground hole right here, or, you know, if you want to go even all the way up here, because nobody's on the high ground. This is a diamond game and no one's on the high ground. This is crazy. Not good positioning from both teams right now. I did try to get a little bit damage there, but see, what the Echo is doing is what I wish I could do right now, but I don't have the triple jump, so I can't really hop over the thing yet. I would have to use the shift cooldown, the glide. I do have ult, and I do need to force it at some point here, and I think I do.
Adaptive circuits engage.
See, that Echo is doing what we need to be doing, because no one on this team wants to flank, no one on this team wants to off angle. And to be fair, Ashe and Sojourn are not good characters for that, because obviously Sojourn's going to sacrifice her one good escape. I mean, both of them are going to sacrifice their defensive cooldown just to try to do a cheeky flank. But I mean, I did try here, but this is bad because everyone's focused on the Echo that's back here. Well, I say everyone, it's just the D.Va, and we're down 2 because of the Echo already, so not the best ult. But yeah, the reason games like this feel so uncomfortable is because it's both lack of space from the tank, but also no one's trying anything. Everyone's just shooting main. That's it. Except this Echo on the other team is playing fantastically, by the way. She's doing exactly what you need to do. We finally managed to push through the choke because of the ult from Sojourn. Finally getting that annoying Echo that was poking at us the whole time. And then D.Va was able to capitalize on getting the Juno. The enemy Juno. Here, I will like critique supports or like other players sometimes about being on the card too much, but here it's kind of like wishy-washy. I don't know if this Ana is gonna stay on card, so that's why I'm kind of sticking around here. It's always hard to trust that other support, right? Like, because like as soon as I leave this card, what if this Ana just runs off and like tries to get some snipes somewhere else, and that's why I'm just on the card right now. But if I could trust this Ana, I would be trying to go up the high ground with the D.Va right now.
Activating self-destruct sequence.
In fact, I do. I say I'm like, you better stay on that card. I'm gonna go up. I didn't say it to her, but I thought it. That was a good anti from the Ana.
Never should have let you get away. Disrupting.
Thing on the cardigan.
We must accelerate. Get in there, Bob.
Fight's lost at this point. We already lost the Ana way too early. I mean, we do get the Juno in return, but I've also lost both my DPS. It's just me the tank. I really wish my tank didn't just boost to leave and just fought the Zen because I got him low, but unfortunate. And I will show my stats at the end of the round. Okay. That's a bad death on me. And first of all, I died to a Junkrat of all things. The floating Zen in the middle of nowhere caught me so off guard. I was not expecting to fly over that wall and see a floating Zen to my right. Don't forget, Zen got buffed. His Discord orbs make you take even more damage. 5% more damage than the previous patch. So, because I had no cover and I got discorded by the floating Zen out of nowhere, I got melted. Let's go next. Honestly, that's just a good play from the Zen. Like, you can't really coach anyone for that. Like, oh yeah, be aware of those floating Zens with the perk. Because most of them take the kicking perk, I think. Pushback on his kick. Alright, so we're at 60 seconds. It's getting a little spooky. We're down 3, so that's why we're just kind of chilling, waiting for our teams to respawn. I have ult to work with here. Juno had some really optimistic positioning and she was out in the open, so lucky we get a pick there. Unfortunately, my Ana gets picked off again by the Junkrat. It's just so unfortunate, man. She's so low, but she's getting healed from her ult. Oh, there you go. The soldier got her.
It's go time.
Saving my Sojourn. I appreciate the ult from the Ana. And we managed to get the 3rd point. Or the 2nd point. Now on to the 3rd. Speed ring is okay.
Into the iris.
I didn't know like Junkrat could like get stuck up there on the like roof and hide behind my torpedo. That right there is so unfortunate. He's low, but I've already lost 3 teammates here. We lost the Soldier, Sojourn, and Ana. So it's just me and Diva, and that's it. We have time for one more push.
Everyone on me.
And that right there is not what you want to see with 20 seconds left on the clock. They switched to a Widow. Probably caught him off guard.
Until the payload moves. Enemy in sight. Clear out. 10 seconds.
I wish my Ram just went in and tried to touch. This is too much. I mean, if you're not gonna go mid, you should have went where the Sojourn went on the left room, or just something. Just go like not main. I mean, I tried to touch there, but even if I did, I would have probably died, and Ana was already low, and someone got shattered. I'm assuming it was the Ana. Yeah, it was the Ana. So yeah, that is just a rough third point. We couldn't get it together just because of lack of time, because we spent so much time trying to get through the first and second choke points. So here are my stats at the end of the first round. So higher ranks are probably going to be able to understand why this isn't going so well, but I'm gonna guess here that if you are a lower rank support or around my rank of platinum/diamond, this is then you're probably saying, dude, you have the most heals on the team or in the lobby, you're doing fine. It's your team that's not doing so well. If you keep having this mindset, and I'll be honest, I kind of have it too when I play, you're not gonna climb. Did you figure out why we're probably gonna lose this game? Yeah, it's the lack of me not trying to take off angles myself and trying to do damage. Because, yeah, it should be the DPS doing this. You're absolutely correct. And it should be the tanks trying to create space and doing it as well. But sometimes, as a support player, you are going to have teams just like this where no one's going to do that. And it boils down to you. You got to do it. You got to off angle. You got to do damage with the character you're playing as. Now, with Juno, she does have the verticality to do it, but she doesn't have the lethality to do it. Her damage is pretty low, but thankfully there's crits. She can crit now, but even then her damage fall off, so she needs to be relatively close-ish to really do some annoying poke damage. Otherwise, I'm just going to be tickling enemies from afar. So characters for this are going to be like, look at the Zen's damage and heal ratio. His is better. This Zen is literally outperforming every single support in this game because of the extra damage that he is providing to his team. Whereas me, and we can also blame this Ana too, me and this Ana, we both could improve our damage to heal ratio. Like, I would be better if my ratio was like 3 or even 4k damage with 6k healing or 7k healing. That would have been a better, closer ratio. This is just a little bit on the lower side. I'm not taking enough damage. And you might also, you know, counter argue, but you're like, Panda, I watched your replay. There was a bunch of people like constantly always low all the time, bro. Like, how do you weave in damage and everyone's just dying all the time? And this is going to be a crazy answer, and this is something I have to practice myself. You got to just let them die. If you are a DPS character or a tank player or even a support character, and you find yourself at critically low health constantly, all the time, that a support has to dedicate so much time to just healing you, and then like 2 seconds later you're back down to critical health again, you are part of the problem. The problem isn't like, I need my supports to brute force heal me through, you know, several pressure, like different types of pressure, so I can like brute force it myself and win. No, it means you're positioning poorly. You need to off angle more. You need to flank more. You need to do something, because you're just feeding, and I'm enabling your feeding because I'm extending your lifespan. So in this case, it sounds crazy to say this to a support player, but you gotta just let those players just die, unfortunately, or just leave them as crit. You go do your damage, and you try to be annoying when you can, and then if there's time afterwards, let's say you get a pick or two, then try to go back and heal that low tank or that low DPS, because they should be hiding behind cover, and if anything else, they need to let that passive regen kick. Like, I know it's like a tough pill to swallow, and definitely a gameplay adjustment for a lot of people, but it's just something you gotta do if you want to keep climbing past, I don't know, when like heal botting kind of falls off around plat maybe, but unless you are playing with a duo that's a reliable DPS every single time, that you can just heal bot through most of your games, it's not gonna work out. But anyways, let's move on to my attack. Okay, here we are on defense. A little bit of a team change. Got the Cass, the Hanzo, the Ilari. So I'm playing. I will admit I am playing a little bit more passive than I should, but that Zen honestly has been very scary. So I don't want to do the cheeky tornado like push past this choke point, especially if I could get discorded and melted in a few shots. No, thank you. Luckily, we get a kill on Ryan and Zen. Excellent start from our tank and our team. 3 kills. So this is pretty much won, and now we can just wait for the next fight.
Bad guys, take them out.
So the problem, I know if this were a lower rank, I know a lot of people, whenever they win that first initial team fight, they start getting a little too confident, and they keep holding W, and they eventually go all the way up to like their spawn at some point, if, you know, they don't get punished for it yet. But thankfully, my team does not do that, and we know to just stick to the choke point. So I throw that out there as general advice, like, don't always feel like you have to push up just because you win. It's like you won because this spot is really hard to fight to contest over. See, that's just a lot of pressure from the other team. And not enough for me. I'm just back here heal botting. Too much shield botting. At least there I decided to take a duel with Echo, but it's just too late. This point is lost. Yeah. You can see I heal botted too much, and I needed to instead try to, like, if we go back a few seconds, I'm not gonna actually go back, but when they were getting pushed up here and I was just like healing and then the cast died, I needed to stand right here, do some torpedoes, do some just normal left click shots, and just poke, 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 because they were just getting way too much space for free, and my team was falling over. So it's just too much heal botting. Hey! Next!
Stop the payload.
I'll show my stats at the end of the game again, as well. Should have stayed on high ground. I gave it up just to heal my teammates because I couldn't really see them. Because you're playing underneath the high ground, which is annoying.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
That's a crazy kill. But this is what I was talking about earlier. If you ever have DPS that are like this, where, like, I literally was up there with them for a second, and I was like, alright, you guys are fine, there's 2 of you. And then I look away, and then they get ulted by Echo or whatever, and then one died, and then one's low again immediately right after. But you see this? You see this right here? This is both me and this DPS's fault. I understand he probably thinks he has this responsibility. I gotta kill this Echo. I gotta kill him, you know, right now. But you are low HP. You shouldn't be like, okay, Juno's healing me. I'm just gonna try to brute force this fight with the Echo. What you should be doing is retreating back under to the castle and going for the med kit. The one that's all the way down here. Yeah, it's quite a detour, but it's better than trying to brute force this Echo and it's just not gonna win. And I'm here feeding that obsession. What I need to do is stop healing. Like, well, I can heal him like a tiny bit, but like I need to go for this Echo, for this Zen, for this Junkrat with a torpedo or something right now. Right, absolutely now, instead of just healing this guy. This is not getting anything done. I healed him. But watch, he's probably gonna die to that tire or something else. And then I just go back to healing someone else. Now, this is not a bad play, because yeah, the Illari needed help, but I also needed to be doing more damage. Like, even just doing a torpedo just to poke and then looking if anyone needs immediate heals. But look at the cast again. He's already low again. And I've only left him for just a few seconds. Like, this is just not good. I don't want to say positioning, because he is on the high ground, and it's just he's getting contested for it a lot. And it's just he's not able to hold his space, basically. I mean, look at this. I'm just trying to heal everybody. What I'm basically doing is think of all of these are like fires that I'm individually trying to put out all over the house, but instead, what I should be doing is shooting the people that are starting the fires, not the fires themselves, but the actual arsonists. If you want to like continue with this metaphor, like of it being like a building or something. Now, luckily, the pylon kept casting. See, he was fine. I didn't even have to heal him, and he used his ult to win his duel. But I could also still be doing more and denying this high ground against this Junkrat and this Echo. Like, I should use my shift here and fight. Fight. Make them force them to get out. Same with I could even get a better angle on this Echo. I need to get off the ground. On the high ground, fight for it. Because this is like the most valuable space on the second point. Good usage of cover by Zen. I wasn't able to get the torpedoes locked on him unless I left the high ground. But now I need to just go back up. Literally reset, and I don't. I needed to be up there with the tank. Fight the Echo, fight the Echo. I think the heal botting here is okay, because if Ram falls over, it's too late. But I mean, at this point, it's just too much pressure. He's taking damage from like 3 heroes back there. But yeah, I needed to be on high ground, not on the floor. That's looking like a GG. I think this part I get mad at my team because they didn't even try to contest. Because we didn't get it far on the 3rd point push. So if they get this 2nd point, we are cooked. So that's why I'm thinking we need to get on this point now. But I mean, he did try. He just got melted by the floating Zen. Yeah, we needed to go for the Zen is just melting people. It's scary.
That payload's pulling away. Come on.
The payload.
I believe that's pretty much it, because right here we don't even really get to touch. They get zoned out by the Reinhardt. Oh no, he gets melted again. Had to hide because of the high noon. And that's it. So, let's go back. So, my final score is 13-7 with 3.5k damage and 13, almost 14k healing. Now, I guarantee you, if this was a gold game, plat, bronze or silver, whatever, lower rank game, I bet you, if it was a different person playing this Juno, they would be like, guys, I healed more than anyone in this lobby, you guys just suck. That would be the wrong mentality to have. You could argue that the Zen was carrying hard, because he was, for sure. But that's, again, removing the blame from yourself and putting it on someone else. Like, okay, what if there's another good Zen in the next game? Are you just gonna fold over? Like, that is that it? Just GG if there's a good Zen? No. You need to look and reflect on your own actions and see why you didn't win. And I pointed it out several times. The reason I didn't win this game was because I didn't do enough to take to do damage when I had plenty of opportunities to. But I will say though that sometimes those opportunities don't present themselves as like it's not as obvious to support players all the time because you have this whole like, do I need to heal? Should I damage now? Should I heal? And the answer is always weave. Always weave. Try to weave in heals when you can, but just for a tiny bit and then go back to damaging. You need to be putting out as much pressure, if not more, than some of these other DPS characters or even your tank if they're the ones not putting out enough pressure as well. You need to do your own off angles if need be, or do your own flanks if you're a character that can do that. Like Kiriko, for example, is an excellent support hero for doing flanks since she can just teleport out if she gets stove on. But yeah, another support player could also blame the Ilaria as well, because we're literally the same stats, damage to heal ratio wise. It's too far away. Our numbers need to be closer. Like the Zen is actually a good example of what our numbers should be looking like. Very close to that. Obviously with Zen it's a lot easier because he is more damage focused than most other supports, but that doesn't mean I couldn't be like 5-6k damage and 10k healing, for example. It'd be a little bit less, but I would have put out more pressure, which maybe could have turned the tide a little bit more on some of these fights instead of just trying to constantly heal bot a lot of these DPS characters that just weren't getting the job done in certain cases. So it's gonna be rough, but I need to definitely, I mean, obviously there was other stuff you could have commented on, like torpedo usage, speed ring usage, alt usage, aim, positioning, of course. Those are all factors as well, but I think the main takeaway here is I need to stop heal botting so much and just try to do more damage, and that's only something you're gonna have to learn how to do more effectively as you rank up. And with that being said, that's gonna do it for me. So if you have any additional tips and advice for a fellow struggling Juno main that's fighting for her life in Diamond, feel free to do so in the comments below. If there's a replay you want me to check out, also feel free to put that in the comments below and I'll have a look-sees. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, helps me out a lot, and I'll see you all in the next video.